This month's weekly safety meeting topic will be over working in the cold. The information is from the National Safety Council's Safety Plus Health magazine. Working in the cold. Stay safe when temperatures drop. The American Conference of Governmental Industrial Hygienists has developed thresholds using air temperature and wind for employers and workers to understand the levels of cold stress danger. Also, OSHA has posted ACGIH's work warm-up table for 4-hour shifts on its winter weather website. A waterproof outer layer of clothing or personal protective equipment and waterproof footwear can help combat another issue of working in cold environments: moisture. Like wind, moisture can displace heat from workers' bodies. Hypothermia, frostbite, chilblains, and trench foot, also known as immersion foot, are the major types of conditions resulting from cold stress. Lost time injuries and illnesses resulting from environmental cold spiked nearly 142% in 2018, soaring to 290 cases from 120 the previous year, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Those cases, plus the 280 reported in 2019, are a likely indicator of a lack of employer and worker understanding about the dangers of cold stress. What are the dangers? Along with air temperature, wind and moisture can create issues for employees working in the cold. Water, including sweat, can displace body heat 25 times faster than dry air, according to the Canadian Centre for Occupational Health and Safety. Likewise, wind can blow away the body's protective external layer of heat. This is why wind chill is an important factor to understand. So, for example, when the temperature is 25 degrees Fahrenheit and the wind is blowing 25 miles per hour, the wind chill is 9 degrees Fahrenheit, resulting in more dangerous conditions. The American Conference of Governmental Industrial Hygienists used air temperature and wind speed to develop 3 thresholds of cold stress hazards: little danger, which is freezing of exposed skin within 1 hour; danger, which is freezing of exposed skin within 1 minute; and extreme danger, which is freezing of exposed skin within 30 seconds. With no wind, the temperature can drop to negative 20 degrees Fahrenheit and still pose little danger to workers. But if the wind speed reaches 20 miles per hour or more, then the danger threshold moves up to 10 degrees Fahrenheit. ACGIH also developed a work warm-up schedule for 4-hour shifts available on OSHA's website. On this sliding scale, no noticeable wind and an air temperature between negative 25 degrees Fahrenheit and negative 29 degrees Fahrenheit translates to a maximum work period of 75 minutes. However, if the wind reaches 20 miles per hour or more and the temperature is between negative 15 degrees Fahrenheit and negative 19 degrees Fahrenheit, the maximum work period is 40 minutes. At negative 25 degrees Fahrenheit or colder, and with a wind speed at the same 20 miles per hour or greater, ACGIH recommends that all non-emergency work stop. Martin Tirado, CEO of the Snow and Ice Management Association, said a good rule of thumb is a 15-minute break for every hour of work. When the temperature dips below zero, workers should have shorter work periods with a break that's equal in length. For example, work for 5 minutes and warm up for 5 minutes. What to know? OSHA doesn't have a standard that covers work in cold environments, but it can enforce its general duty clause, which requires employers to provide a workplace free from recognized hazards. OSHA and NIOSH say employers should educate workers about conditions that can cause cold stress, as well as the symptoms of related ailments, including frostbite and trench foot, and how to prevent them. OSHA also advises instructing employees on how to dress appropriately for cold conditions, in addition to monitoring them and providing a place to warm up with hot beverages. Whenever possible, schedule work for the warmest part of the day and use a buddy system to help workers monitor each other. Another option is the use of radiant heaters or other engineering controls to protect against cold stress. First aid kits should include a thermometer and chemical hot packs. Workers should have extra gloves, hats, socks, jackets, and blankets accessible, and a thermos or container with something hot to drink. They should also avoid touching any metal with bare skin. What to wear? Many of the recommendations to help prevent cold stress involve clothing and personal protective equipment. Experts say layering clothing provides better insulation. NIOSH health scientist Brenda Jakslich said this allows workers to remove layers if they become too warm or if their clothing gets wet. A waterproof outer layer is important when working in a wet, cool environment, OSHA says, and this layer should provide ventilation to prevent overheating. For middle layers, the agency suggests wool or synthetic material to provide insulation even when wet, while an inner layer of wool, silk, or a synthetic material such as polypropylene is ideal to keep moisture, including sweat, away from the body. Body heat tends to escape from the head and other extremities, such as the ears, feet, and hands, so it's important to keep them covered. Make sure clothing isn't too tight, because tight-fitting clothing can impede circulation and the body's source of heat. Boots and footwear should be insulated and waterproof. CCOHS advises finding the right thickness for socks. If socks are too thick, they can lose their insulating properties if compressed inside footwear and will make that footwear tight, possibly slowing blood flow to the feet and toes. Conversely, if socks are too thin, workers are at risk of developing blisters.